called Coffee Chat. Good to be here with you. A little bit late, had some technical difficulties just before 9 o'clock my time when I normally come on. Our power went out. Strangely, it blipped, shutting down my computer, everything else. So I have to reboot. Computers don't like that. It's all good. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a wonderful start to the holiday season. We've talked about that. It's hard for me because I look outside my office window and I just see frosted trees. Those flocked trees that you can buy. That's what the pine trees outside of my office look like. I'll snap a picture, share it on social media so you see it later. But I hope you're doing well. Good to see you all. Sherry, thanks for saying hi. Appreciate you being here. Let's jump into it. Let's get to it. One of the things that I've done several years now in the month of December, is we're recording this live in December 7th, is read some of the classics. One of them is Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Another one is Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. I'm going to read a Norman Vincent Peale book for the first time, actually. But this is something that I've learned by doing this several years in a row now, is you're reminded of the classics, the books of generations ago, in the great wisdom, the great information there is to share there. And it almost sounds like it's, you're hearing it anew again, but you've heard it and known it. You've almost forgotten it. We can get so caught up into our normal everyday doing the things that we forget about some of the classics. It's why I read Proverbs every day. It's a classic book. It's a classic, piece of history that teaches a lot. And I've realized that there's a lot of great American international books when it comes to personal development and leadership and just growth and fiction that can teach us so much. And so I encourage you, as we're going through this time of year, what can you read? What can you engage? What can you consume? The classics, and learn again for the first time. Because there's always something that you can hear in those books that you never heard or read before. I'm going to jump to my thought of the day here. And it's this. It comes from part of, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's being intentional takes effort. One of the lessons that Dale shares in the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, is the lesson to learn about intentionality. Being intentional in conversations, not to poke at people, not to upset people, not to disrupt people. And yet we almost need reminded of that. He shares it as a lesson that he learned from Abraham Lincoln. A drop of honey accomplishes a lot more than a gallon of gall. Now, you have to look up what gall is. Gall is that, bile from the gallbladder. It's maybe a word of old, but it's pretty nasty, disgusting stuff. Bitter. That bitterness does not win friends. A little bit of honey, a little sweetness, a little smile wins a whole lot of friends. Being intentional takes effort. You have to work at it. But remind yourself to be intentional, to win people for yourself or for themselves, that you can impact their life. Just think about that today. Hope you got value from that. Thanks for being here. Thanks for saying hi. Always good to see you guys. Have a great rest of your day.